Now the warrior robots in disguise are in their own action-packed Transformer comic, on sale now from Marvel Comics.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video showcase we're going to once again be returning to the Marvel UK Transformers comic. What we're going to do for the first couple of minutes or so is a very quick review, flicking from cover to cover, stopping at anything that's interesting like letters, pages, adverts or fact files. After that we'll come back to the beginning, I'll zoom in for you and you may need to use your pause button, but you've got the opportunity if you'd like to read the comic for yourself. As you can see, we're up to issue 224. This originally came out on the 1st of July 1989 and it was 38p. We've still got two stories going on, but of course the first one here is again a reprint of when we first met Death's Head. So if you want to read these are way back in issues 113 and 14. They've just split them up into loads of little parts. So we've got the introduction of Death's Head, and what they're doing here is I suppose they're writing a different path for how a few of the characters were created, because the comics were very different from the cartoon. As you can see here, Death's Head in the comics is the person who destroys completely Bumblebee. So when he's built back up, as you'll see later on, he is of course rebuilt as Goldbug. Right, then we've got a classic covers calendar there. If I lift this up, you can. That's again one of the old calendars, covers. Sorry, from one of the old issues. In the middle here, we've got a new story, Aspects of Evil 2. The first one was him talking about Scorponok. This one is very much Return of the Jedi, but in comic book form. Now he's talking about Galvatron, Rodimus Primus rather, and how Galvatron came. He's already destroyed quite a few Autobots. As you can see, he throws Blair's head at him, and this is basically, he's goading him. He's trying to entice him to destroy him. Pretty much, as I say, it's Return of the Jedi, but just in a comic story. And as Galvatron is goading him and saying to him that the only way that he can defeat him is by basically really losing control and just bringing out the savageness in him, as I say, exactly like the end. And then because obviously RC and Kup realise this, they do their very best to talk him out of it. It means that they have to flee, but it also means, of course, that Galvatron doesn't win. And this is again Rodimus Prime in the future. The first one was talking about Scorponok, that was about Galvatron. Next issue is about Shockwave. And we've got all the names there for the issue 200 competition winners. There's some Combat Collins stuff here, and I love the way they say for extra fun, colour them in yourself. But it was actually because they were doing cost-cutting exercises, hence some of the pages in black and white. Letters pages, again, I know this is incredibly primitive, but I know people do like to read them, so, and the background colour is awful. So what I'm going to do is, there's the first letter with the start of the answer there. There's the end of the answer to letter 2. There's the, yeah, there again, there's letter 2. Again, I appreciate you're going to have to pause this. There's the start of the answer, and there's the end of the answer there. And then we've got letter 3. I'm just going to glide this up nice and slowly, and you can start to read it like this. Funnily enough, a bit like Star Wars. Right, there we go. Then we've got the B story that I just gloss over, but will give you the opportunity to read. And then we've got the advert for next week. And indeed, don't miss what's going on in the rest of the Marvel franchise. And we've got Join the Special Corps, another G.I. Joe, or Action Forces, it was known in the UK. That looks like it's a club. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to be nice and quiet. You may want to mute the microphone, and you also may want to slow it down to 0.5. But here's the opportunity for yourselves to read the comic exactly that for yourself. Right, let's get zoomed in for you. Okay, there's story 1. Let's go on to story 2. Okay, that's the second story. On to the last couple of pages for G.I. Joe. Okay, there we go. This concludes issue 224. Next issue in a couple of days.